All right, number 10, we are going to make a table of the slopes of the secant line and make a conjecture about the indicated tangent line at the point. So we have a trig function, 15 times the cosine of x, and we want to evaluate x at pi half to pi. Okay, so the first slope and we're going to be taking 15 times cosine of pi and subtracting 15 cosine of pi over 2. All right, so if you remember your unit circle arguments, I think I have one here. Cosine is referring to the x coordinate. Okay, so pi over 2 is here, and the order pair is 0, 1. So the cosine value at pi over 2 is 0, and when we look at pi, the order pair negative 1, 0, the x coordinate is negative 1. So just recall that from trig, and then this will lead us to have 15, and then again the cosine of pi is going to become negative 1, and then minus 15, and the cosine of pi over 2 was 0. On the bottom, pi half minus pi will just give us pi half, and 15 times 0 will just go to 0, so we end up with a negative 15 over pi over 2. And according to the system, we want to round our answer to 3 decimal places, so we can just type it in the computer at this point, or calculator. We can simplify, but we'll have to use technology to get 3 decimal places with pi. So we're going to do negative 15 divided by, I'm going to do second pi divided by 2. And this gives us a negative 9.549. Alright, so we got a few more parts. So now we're going to go from pi plus 0.1 to pi. So basically we're going to be dividing by 0.1 this time. So here's our process. We have pi over 2 plus 0.1. We'll be subtracting 15 cosine of pi. So each time the second coordinate is going to go to 0 because pi over 2 is 0, and then the denominator this time will be pi over 2 plus 0.1 minus pi over 2. So the end result is I'll compute this first number. This is going to come out to be a minus 0, which is just going to go away, and the difference here will just be the difference in these two with the pi. So I have a 0.1. So I'm going to start using technology to compute this value, and then we'll divide it to speed up the process. It's just going to be repetitive here. So if you're doing this with the calculator and you're doing the trig functions, you have to change the mode, make sure it's in radian mode, and let's just double check that it's computing correctly. So if I do cosine of pi, we should get negative 1. Okay, so now that's the case. We're going to clear out. We're going to type that function here, 15 cosine. X is our variable. And we're going to graph, and we'll see if I can type it here and just keep doing it, or if I have to go to the home screen. So we want to use x as a pi over 2 plus 0.1. So I'm going to say, yeah, I do need to do second pi divided by 2 plus 0.1. Okay, so it gives me y is a negative 1.497. So I want to put in all of those decimal places because each time we round, it will throw the answer off, and the system is sensitive. So negative 1.497501. When we divide by 0.1, that'll just move the decimal place back one, so that'll give us approximately negative 14.975. So we're going to say negative 14.975. So the next one we're going to be dividing by 0.01. So let's go ahead and try to line these all out. So the next one we'll be dividing by 0.01. I'm guessing 0.001. This seems to be the pattern. And then is it 1, 2, 3, 4. Each time we'll just be putting in pi over 2 plus 0.01, pi over 2 plus we'll do pi over 2 plus 0.001, and we'll do pi over 2 plus 0.0001. And we'll find all these values and we'll divide them. And then we'll estimate the tangent line, the slope of that tangent line. So this time we're going to do second pi divided by 2 plus 0.01. Okay, that gives us a negative 14.99975. So when we divide by 1, that roughly gives us a negative 14.999. And then when you round to 3 decimal places, that 7 will round up. So you approximately get a negative 15 in this case. My mouse seems to be kind of sticking. There we go. I'm going to do it again. This time we're going to do pi over 2. Hit trace. Second pi over 2 plus 0.001 this time. I'm going to get a negative 0.015. Divide that by 3 decimal places. We're going to move the decimal 3 times, and we will get a negative 15 exactly. And if we do it again with 0.0001, I'll just show you we should get negative 15 again. That's what it looks like it's approaching. I'm just inching closer and closer to that number. So we'll do second pi divided by 2 plus and again if we divide by 4 decimal places at 0.0015, that's going to also give us a negative 15. Okay, so when we're estimating the slope of the secant line as it's getting closer and closer to that point, okay, we can see that these numbers, when rounded, are getting close to 15, negative 15.